Rousey versus Valentina Shevchenko.
Ronda Rousey is the former UFC and Strikeforce bantamweight champion of the world, an Olympic caliber, top of the line athlete that came into mixed martial arts. And you gotta remember, you gotta rewind the clock back to when Ronda first started, back in 2011, when she submitted Edion Gomez by armbar in only 25 seconds. And she had just done it as an amateur in Tough Enough. Ronda, 4 in a row. She submitted her first 4 opponents, Julia Budd, Charmaine Tweed, Sarah DeLalio, all under a minute and all in the first round. The entire world had witnessed something completely different. Ronda had woken up the world of women's mixed martial arts, and everybody decided to turn to witness this incredible Olympic caliber athlete that had the ability to rip any woman's arm off in seconds. It was a bang. Everybody from that moment started to wake up. It was Miesha Tate who was able to survive 4 minutes versus Ronda Rousey, and her arm was ripped, almost broken off. The torque and the way her arm bent was graphic. Everybody had to watch that. And Ronda was the champ at that moment, defeating Sarah Kaufman in her next fight in under a minute. And that was the point that Ronda Rousey came to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And she won a title by armbar as well. That was 7 armbars in a row. Nobody even knew who Valentina Shevchenko was back then. Ronda was the woman that really put some emphasis on women's combat sports and on WMMA. Valentina Shevchenko fought in the UFC in her first fight as a bantamweight and took on Sarah Kaufman. And her next fight was a tough fight against Amanda Nunes, a woman that she would meet later for a title. And it wasn't successful. Valentina Shevchenko did not have the start of a Ronda. It took a long time for Valentina Shevchenko to prove to the world that she is the greatest flyweight of all time. And right now, she's the flyweight champ. She did something that Ronda Rousey didn't do. She broke Ronda Rousey's incredible record of being a UFC champion. Ronda was able to defend her title 6 times. Ronda won 12 fights in a row. At that point, the entire world believed that Ronda was the greatest. Nobody thought that Ronda could be beat. 2 nasty losses in a row was all it took for Ronda Rousey to completely disappear. It's been 6 years since she left the sport at 29 years old. She's 35 right now. She's 1 year the elder of Valentina Shevchenko. But what happened was Ronda Rousey lost all her momentum. She lost everything that made her great. Ronda Rousey not just disappeared from the sport, she went out and did something completely different. She decided to wrestle, use her acting abilities and charisma for something other than combat sports. And during that time is when Valentina Shevchenko put all her emphasis onto combat sports, and Valentina Shevchenko really proved to herself how great she is. This is a fight that we're gonna miss. This is a classic war between 2 of the greatest of all time. 2 women that did completely different things. Their streaks started at different times, ended up in different places. Who would win a fight between prime Ronda Rousey and prime Valentina Shevchenko?